Hello, one and all. This is Luckless Lovelocks back with Hitman Fibre Wire Challenge. We finished off Bangkok last time, and we're on to the next mission. Looks like it's called Freedom Fighters. So this is going to be pretty exciting. I think it takes place in Colorado. And as always, I'm going to start off by reading about the story, about the characters, and then inevitably my first attempt will be a hilarious disaster. And then if history proves me correct, as history proves me correct, I should complete it on the second try. Maybe this one might be tougher. I've heard this one's more of like an action-oriented level, so I could be wrong, but let's get into the cinematic and the story, guys. I'm really excited to play this.
Good morning, 47. We have a lead on the Shadow client. ICA White Hats have traced the anonymous data received by our clients to one Olivia Hall, brilliant young hacktivist and suspect in a dozen cases of cyber vandalism. Using onion routing with state-of-the-art encryption, Hall went to a lot of trouble to stay untraceable. She is good, but we are better. Her digital trail has led us to a remote farm in Colorado.
Strange place for her to be.
Satellite footage has revealed what appears to be the training camp for a private militia, led by an already registered target, Sean Rose.
Okay, there we go.
Environmental terrorist and explosives expert, wanted for a series of public bombings.
Sounds like a nice guy.
Rose was spotted near the scene of Thomas Cross's kidnapping, which makes him our prime suspect for the Shadow client.
Right.
Spurred by Eric Sodas, the ICA Board of Directors has asked us to infiltrate the farm and eliminate Sean Rose, along with 3 other prominent militia members. Ezra Berg, retired Mossad interrogator, Penelope Graves, former Interpol anti-terror analyst, and finally Maya Parvati, former assassin and gunrunner for the Tamil Tigers.
Is that 5
I'll
targets?
be honest with you, 47. I consider Eric Soda's reasoning hasty and ill-advised. Now, we cannot go against the wishes of the board, but we can conduct our own investigation. Whether a direct threat to the ICA or not, we need to know the Shadow client's true agenda.
Okay.
I will leave you to prepare.
Wow, that's a lot of targets. Let's take a look at. Oh, it's only 4. I thought I heard 5. So Sean Rose. Kill conditions intel. Let's take a look. Sean Rose is a radical activist and bomb maker, wanted for several accounts of political terrorism. Born in Alice Springs, Rose grew up in a reclusive Marxist collective deep in the Australian outback. Alice Springs is like in the middle of the country where there's like nothing around. I've been to Australia, so I know a bit about it. So-called Sons of Solidarity were founded by a radical economics professor from Melbourne, with Ross's mother being one of his acolytes, allegedly. Ross did not meet a non-collective member until he was 10 years old, when a team of AFP agents stormed the compound. Sean Rose was placed in childcare and shuffled between foster families. At 16, he fell in love with a Canadian left-wing activist and followed her to Vancouver. Canadians are such a bad influence. Rejoined her crowd of radical environmentalists whose ideas and rhetoric felt like home. But Rose had a propensity for violence that alienated him from most mainstream groups. Passionate and single-minded, but otherwise socially functional, he was the perfect recruit for the pristine army, an anarcho-primitivist terror network committed to that's a tongue twister. Committed to fight the spread of civilization and return mankind to its natural state. That's a long one. Over the next years, Rose, who had taught himself explosives, masterminded a series of non-lethal public bombings around the world. But in 2008, the bombings of a supposedly vacated government office in Auckland, New Zealand, went wrong and resulted in the tragic deaths of 2 adults and 7 young children. Rose went underground, and soon after, all leaders of the pristine army were apprehended. So he got away, it appears. Rose took up freelancing, building bombs for various political and environmental terrorist groups without prejudice. When he spectacularly blew up a Hampson oil rig, Special Interpol task force was established to catch him. The anti-terror analyst in charge of the manhunt was Penelope Graves, who now appears to have inexplicably switched sides and joined forces with Rose. Maybe like a romantic relationship? After months off the grid, Rose resurfaced in New York 9 days ago when he was involved in the daring kidnapping and execution of media mogul Thomas Cross during his son Jordan Cross's funeral. Those of you may remember that was one of our targets, Jordan Cross from the last mission. He was the indie musician. Tracing Olivia Hall's data drops, we placed Rose at the Colorado farm where he appears to lead a private militia. His MO doesn't fit that of the Shadow Client, but at the moment, he is our prime suspect. Huh, okay. I'm not really getting... he seems like... yeah, I don't know. Someone that's more, like, for hire. Rather than him, like, hiring us. Sean Rose is smart and ruthless, but like all fanatics, he is impressionable, an angry idealist, yearning for a symbol and a cause. Confident, passionate, and self-righteous, Rose is a natural demagogue who sees the world in black and white and rarely tolerates conflicting views. He does not trust others easily and has very few confidants, including his girlfriend, freelance assassin, Alba Reynard. Wow. It's quite a title. I don't know if I'd put that on my resume. On a different note, Rose suffers from acute OCD and obsesses about bacteria and cleanliness. That's something we can exploit. On a different note, oh, sorry, I read that. He's extremely meticulous and focuses on symmetry and timekeeping. Unlike me. He usually keeps his disorder under control, but stress has been known to invoke anxiety attacks. This could prove to be his Achilles heel. You wouldn't think a guy like that would suffer from anxiety attacks, considering what he's done, but... Okay, Penelope Graves. Former Interpol anti-terror analyst Penelope Graves is the Colorado militia's new strategic advisor. With an IQ in the upper 190s, Penelope was always an outsider meant for great things. She could speak fluently at the age of 6 months. Wow. And studied college-level physics at the age of 5. Yikes. However, she gravitated towards logics, game theory, and criminal psychology. After graduating from Cambridge, she became a criminal profiler with the Metropolitan Police Service, and later transferred to Interpol, where she rose to become one of their most prolific anti-terror analysts. Wow, we could use her on our side, I think. Here, she briefly led the international manhunt against Sean Rose, a terrorist whose network she inexplicably now appears to have joined. Sources at Interpol deny that Graves should be involved in any sort of sting operation. Oh, so they thought that maybe... we thought that maybe she was like a double agent or something. However, according to rumors, Graves recently discovered evidence about systemic corruption and power abuse at the highest levels of the UN, only to be shut down by her superiors. Graves was allegedly disillusioned by the incident. A highly analytical thinker, she cares deeply about order and can't tolerate a broken system. This may very well be when she switched sides. But how she got in contact with Rose, or what shared cause or agenda might justify her betrayal, is as of yet unknown. According to Graves' own psychological profile, she is not only exceptionally intelligent, but also deeply empathetic. She nevertheless shows a distinct moral fluidity, making her able to make choices in the service of the greater good that normal people would shy away from. When confronted with the classic trolley problem, Graves would push the fat man onto the tracks without hesitation. I'm not familiar with that. Graves could have been a formidable asset to ICA. Alas, she has joined a ruthless terrorist organization, and a contract is a contract. Damn right. Ezra Berg seems a fine gentleman. Is that like a mask? I can't really tell. Yeah, it must be. Look, if you look around the eyes, you can see it's like a Halloween mask. Ezra Berg is a retired Mossad agent specializing in chemical interrogation techniques. I wonder if that's why he's wearing the mask. Maybe his face is disfigured. The son of an Israeli architect, Berg had a privileged upbringing in suburban Tel Aviv. However, during the inspecting of a West Bank housing project, Berg's entire family was taken hostage by Hezbollah and held for ransom. Eventually rescued by Israeli troops, young Berg had nevertheless come to sympathize with the plight of his captors. He was still committed to the safety of his nation, but he became to resent his government's harsh and inhumane treatment of a vastly inferior enemy. Berg studied chemistry and took a particular interest in psychoactive medication. So it's like the Scarecrow in Batman. He eventually became an intelligence operative for Mossad, specializing in chemical interrogations, where he earned a reputation for being clean, efficient, reliable, and able to make anyone crack. His methods were hardly ethical, but nevertheless non-violent, and Berg considered his services a lesser evil. Alright, I mean, he didn't hurt anyone physically, but it's still kind of violent to attack someone's mind like that. Slowly, however, he began expanding his repertoire, dabbling in drug-induced hypnosis, memory wipes, and subliminal mind control. Oh man. This became too controversial for the Mossad leaders, who forced Berg into an early retirement in 2015. He sold his property in Tel Aviv to allegedly travel the world. He has not been seen since. A polite and soft-spoken gentleman, Berg considers himself a humanitarian who performs necessary duty with the least amount of cruelty and indignity. Interesting. He is nevertheless willing and able to inflict intense psychological terror, and can be recognized by his trademark featureless silicone mask, which he uses to unnerve and terrify his sedate subjects. Does remind me a lot of Scarecrow. And then Maya Parvati. Former assassin for the Tamil Tigers. Got people from all kinds of different groups. Maya Parvati acts as the Colorado militia's training instructor. Born into war, Parvati's father was one of the leaders of the Tamil Tigers. She grew up a nomad and fugitive raised by soldiers and mercenaries. As a teenager, Parvati became a prolific assassin, specializing in tracking, silent infiltration, and knife combat. But not the Fibre Wire, like us. When the Tamil Tigers disbanded in 2009, Parvati fled Sri Lanka and took up work as a freelance pirate. Whoa, that's quite a jump. In the South China Sea. During this time, she partnered up with the Maelstrom, mysterious pirate boss behind the 2014 hijacking of the Francis King, a TI class supertanker. I think that's an I. At least one witness places Parvati at the scene during the hostage crisis and subsequent firefight, which claimed the life of 19 pirates, 8 Chinese soldiers, and 25 innocent sailors. 18 months ago, Maya Parvati allegedly lost an arm to a grenade blast during an attack on a Hampson oil freighter, after which the Maelstrom unceremoniously cast her aside. Wow. Parvati dropped off the face of the earth. How she got in contact with Sean Rose and his network, or why she chose to join his cause, is of yet unknown. So we don't know why these people are together. I think that's going to be maybe an important part of the resolution of this mission, I guess. Maya Parvati is a warrior deprived of her function. She is strong, commanding, and observant, with a blunt and direct demeanor. She might not be able to wield a knife like she used to, but she could still prove to be a formidable foe. That's pretty cool. Okay. 4 targets, guys. Oh man, this is gonna be intense. Let's continue on.
Good morning, 47. We have a lead on the Shadow client. ICA White Hats have traced.
Let's go into the let's go into the mission. Oh, look at that. Tactical. Ah, no way. Oh, the Requiem suit. Yeah, let's see that. We got the Fibre Wire, that's good. Concealed weapon. I wish I could just not take anything. But that's fine. The coin, yes. The coin is like super important. I could take like a lockpick though. Nah, coin's too strong. Okay, let's jump into the mission, guys. Just a reminder, some of the rules: I can only kill the main targets, so the 4 people that we talked about, using the Fibre Wire. It's okay if I'm seen by cameras, but I can't be caught by anyone else. If I am seen by someone else, I have to take them out. Obviously, I can't die. I have to hide the bodies of the victims, so they're not seen. I have to end the mission with the outfit that I started with. And, geez, I think that's, I mean, I can't kill anyone else as well. I can knock people out, but I can't kill anyone but the targets. I I think that's it. If I think of any other rules that I haven't thought of that I've mentioned before, I'll let you know during the mission. Let's get into it. Freedom Fighters, Colorado, here we go.
Welcome to Colorado, 47. The militia has taken up HQ at an old apricot farm and appear to be training for a series of coordinated strikes, ranging from cyber attacks to full-blown guerrilla warfare. The Shadow Client appears to unite specialists and radicals from all over the map. Mercenaries and terrorists, hackers and spies joined by an unknown common cause. Satellite scans indicate that the command room is below ground inside an old tornado shelter. Only
okay.
Rose appears to have access, however, so to get inside, you will need to get creative.
We'll need to get
This
Rose.
environment is hostile and highly alert, so tread carefully. Good luck, 47.
Wow. Okay. So we're already kind of like in a hostile environment. Can't just walk around freely. Oh, I have a lot of the settings turned off too, by the way, guys, like the mini map. The only thing I have is the opportunity, like reminders, descriptions of the opportunities that I find. And also if someone will recognize me, they'll have a dot above their head. Aside from that, they're basically turned everything off. I see someone over there, including the instinct stuff. This should be interesting. I have to be very sneaky. Should probably head over that way. Anyone over here? Climb through. Okay. Just want to see if I can spot anyone. Or start making any commitments to getting inside. Whoa, what's that? Okay, I thought I heard a vehicle. Okay, anyone on the other side of that spot? It's a fence opening here, it looks like. Door. Ah, I see someone. Probably going through that door is not the best idea. Oh, and there's someone over there. A couple people. Okay. Seems like the best place to go in then. Could always use more coins. Okay, so there's two people facing each other over there, it looks like. Got one off in the distance. I think I could probably sneak up behind that guy over to that tractor. All right.
So, who's the freak in the mask?
The freak in the mask? What the hell are you talking about?
I was just at the security station watching the feeds. There's this creepy guy interrogating the hostage. He wears like a 3D printed mask?
Oh, yeah, that must be Berg. Oh, yeah, man, his interrogation techniques, totally just out-of-the-box stuff. Like truth serums, drugs, that kind of thing. But none of the rough stuff. No, they don't like to mark up their patients, so to speak. Those Mossad boys like things clean and efficient. Berg.
Ezra Berg? Yeah. Yeah, man, I've heard of him. Chemical interrogation expert. I guess it's his makeshift lab they've set up. Word is he can make anyone crack.
Oh, man, you don't know the half of it. I mean, the stuff this guy's into, get this. Drug-induced hypnosis, memory wipes, subliminal mind control. Shit's like witchcraft.
Glad I'm not the prisoner. Christ, this next gen warfare makes my head spin. You know, just point me in a direction and tell me who to shoot, eh?
Oh, no. You'll get to shoot. Don't worry, there'll be plenty of that.
Well, whatever Berg's up to, he better work fast. Rose is itching for some Q&A.
Let's listen to what they have to say. They're probably gonna start walking away now. Maybe I should have just moved. Okay, so now they're both facing away. There's a guard patrolling over there. These two guys at the entrance. I think I can move up.
So here's something weird that I came across the other day. Oh, please tell. Yeah, apparently what happened was that this Serbian arms dealer was killed by a fallen statue in some fancy house in the countryside. Freak accident, right? Think again.
Sounds like something we do.
Are looking for this guy dressed as a butler. They're saying he may have pushed the statue, causing it to fall down on the dealer before vanishing into thin air. So, a lot of conspiracy stuff going on around the internet, obviously, but you ask me,
Change cover. Oh. Jump over there.
it has Russian mafia written all over it.
God, there's a lot of people here.
We'll never know. Wow, that is insane.
Wait for those guys to turn around. I'm kind of listening to what they're saying just in case they've got an opportunity for me. I think I'm gonna go. Make sure with the screwdriver, get a brick there. God.
What? Hey, hold up!
Oh shit!
You were not supposed to be here.
There we
Stop
go.
right there.
Big surrender.
Keep those hands behind your head. Down on your knees.
Target's engaged in a fist fight.
What the hell is going on?
Oh, this is gonna be so tough, guys. All right. Well, the way that I'm doing this is every attempt will be like if an attempt ends early, it'll just be one video, and that'll be it. And the next video I post will be my next attempt. Oh, this is gonna be hard. I'm gonna have to move. I think I'm gonna have to move a bit faster. But I'm not gonna read the story and all that stuff for the next time around. I'm just gonna jump right into the mission. That ending wasn't as funny as some previous ones, but you know, it happens. Thank you so much for watching. This is Luckless Lovelocks signing off for now, and I'll see you on the next attempt of Colorado. Oh, and I love you all. Did I mention that?